Good morning, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Ring Report here on the PROWRESTLING SHOW. Coming up here on the AEW Dynamite Ring Report, highlights and recaps of the match. Chris Taylor taking on Ring Cycle, TBS Championship Open Challenge. With Chris Taylor, the reigning defending TBS champion, keeping her winning streak going. Also, too, Orange Cassidy had a lot to say after losing the AEW International Championship with a hit from Orange Cassidy on what next point we'll talk about coming up. Also, too, right here, Ozzy Open takes on Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara in a tag team match that a lot of people are talking about. Ozzy Open gets their retribution revenge over Jericho, what Jericho did to them, and Sammy Guevara coming up. Also, too, we'll hear from Heyman Adam Page. Adam Page has a lot to say tonight. Plus, too, the Grand Slam World Title Eliminator. We have two matches, and we have the first match be for the main event. Darby Allin takes on Protege Wayne. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne in action. We'll see that coming up. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. Plus, too, Roger Strong in a neck brace takes on Trent Beretta in a world title eliminator. I wonder how this is going to play out eventually, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Also, too, we'll hear from Heyman Adam Page. Adam Page, the Heyman, him, and the AEW National Championship World Challenge. Three Crown Champion John Moxley and championship against AR Fox. All this and more recaps of what's going on with Hot Topic. All this and more when Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. Here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe if you can. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a Pro Wrestling Show we have for you. So let's go and get started right now. All right, we're going to get things started with this. Former AEW National Champion, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy kicked off the show. Orange Cassidy had a lot to say. Talked about him defending his championship, his former title that Orange Cassidy defended. Orange Cassidy gave a heartfelt speech to the crowd that he wants to get over. We don't know what's next for Orange Cassidy. Will Orange Cassidy either challenge for the TNT Championship or the World title? I can probably see Orange Cassidy challenging for the World Championship. He's a good World Championship contender. Orange Cassidy put out there that he's been reigning defending international champion, defending the title from against all comers. Now, we don't know what's next for Orange Cassidy, but I think give me an indication that he's going for the probably TNT or the world title. So we have to wait and see on that. Well, speaking of the man that defeated Orange Cassidy to become the international champion, Jon Moxley. Moxley was in action tonight. Moxley held an open challenge. Moxley took on AR Fox in a beat of a match. So Moxley and AR Fox had a stud match, but at the end, Moxley won, but it led to more Desiree as we saw Nick Wayne being confronted. Nick Wayne was confronted by Luchasaurus and Christian. You know that later on tonight in the main event, Darby will take on his protege Nick Wayne in a match. So we get to see that coming up a little bit later on in the show. Well, we heard from Absolute Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks coming off the heels of his match against the Dragon, Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. At that scrap match, Ricky Starks passed out, but he did not quit. Ricky Starks now trying to find a way. You know, this is far from over for him and Bryan. So this is far from the beginning.
So we'll probably see this going on Collision on Saturday. We'll see what's going on with that with Brian and them. Matter of fact, uh, on Collision after taking over from CM Punk. That news was going on. That was kind of like the airwaves and stuff. So like we said, we got a little CM Punk news this past weekend. It was kind of a little bit out of the ordinary, out of the blue. So hey, well, speaking of that, we told you a little bit earlier about Nick Wayne confronted, got confronted by Christian and the Luchasaurus and Christian. Christian like to take those zingers, talk about folks deceased parents, especially dads. You know that Nick Wayne's father, Billy Wayne, trained a lot of wrestlers, including Victor's Class and Darby Allin. Well, Christian had to take it there. Said that he watched some of Buddy Wayne's matches and said that Buddy Wayne sucked as a wrestler, and trying to infuriate um, Nick Wayne. Nick didn't take too well and too kindly to that, and we just have to wait and see what's gonna go farther down. But like we said, we can tell from right there the instance and stuff on what's going on with that. But a lot of people are talking about that Nick Wayne could be challenging Luchasaurus for the championship in Seattle at Wrestle Dream, the AEW new pay per view. But we'll have to wait and see. Luchasaurus kind of scaring Nick Wayne a little bit, but I don't know what's going on with that. But we have to wait and see. Well, we tell you this. This was really interesting. MJF, the AEW champion and the Ring of Honor Tag Team champion, or dual champion, felt disrespected. MJF felt disrespected by Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe and MJF was in the ring face to face confrontation after Samoa Joe called MJF a kid. MJF didn't like that one bit, felt a little bit more disrespected. And the brawl had ensued. Samoa Joe hit that United and hit MJF's neck. MJF feeling the effects of his neck, picking up a fight against Samoa Joe. Now I'm looking at this bracket right here, this tournament bracket. Is Joe in this tournament? I believe he is. Yes, he is in this tournament. And Samoa Joe will take on Jeff Hardy this Friday on Rampage. Um, so we're getting a semi. So we're getting what we can get right here. We're getting semifinals on Collision. Okay, they're doing Rampage and Collision, and then okay. I'm looking at this and thinking that Samoa Joe could be the next no one contender for the AEW title and could be a threat to MJF's title. The MJF feels threatened, feels disrespected, and this rivalry could turn personal. It could turn personal for the championship. If Samoa Joe wants the coveted AEW title, and Samoa Joe get it, only time will tell. But you can tell it's festering between Samoa Joe and MJF. You can tell this is all started at when years ago when Joe was a the NXT champion, and he pushed MJF. You saw that picture, man. People saw that. Pushed him aside, and I think MJF feels haunted by that ghost and wants to shake it off. Can't, but you just have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. Well, when MJF was getting attended to by Adam Cole, his tag team partner and stuff, Adam Cole got confronted also by his own former friends, the Kingdom and Roger Strong. Roger Strong had an opportunity to go for the world championship in the world championship tournament. Roger Strong took on Trent Beretta. You show right, Roger Strong and Trent Beretta. I'm gonna write quick. Um, Roger Strong took on Trent Beretta in the world title eliminator. Roger Strong won his match over Trent Beretta. Roger Strong advances. So Roger Strong continues on. So we have to wait and see what's next for Roddy and what Roddy's gonna do. Also, too, we saw Don Callis. Don Callis along with Takesha. Takesha has something in store. Calvin said he's gonna unveil that painting. Who his next victim gonna be? Whoever the next victim could be, gonna be in store something for what's coming ahead of them. So I don't know. I'm gonna believe it might be Sammy Guevara. Who knows? Could be, but you never know. We kind of got an indication of what's going on with that. All right. Speaking of that, the Ocho, Chris Jericho, 8-time world champion Chris Jericho, um, teamed up with Sammy Guevara. Chris Jericho looking for tag team goal, teaming up with Sammy Guevara to take on the team of Aussie Open. Aussie Open, we can see right here, took on Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara in a match. You see right here, Aussie Open doing outside interference, propel Jericho not to give in, and the tag team. Oh, that's the wrong one. Propel Jericho not to give in, but we kind of saw what happened. Jericho and his team won. Jericho and Sammy won, but there's still problems lingering between Jericho and Sammy, and they fixed those problems. Only time will tell between Jericho and Sammy what's going on. Well, we got this. Heyman Adam Page, the Heyman. Heyman Adam Page was trying to salute teachers and talking about how underpaid, underprivileged that they are, and they don't get recognized for the sacrifices they make. Teachers are that, and with that story and stuff. But we see what's going on. Well, uh, Adam Page got called out by Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland calling out Adam Page, saying that Adam Page is entitled, lazy, and don't want to take. He wants Adam Page's spot. I don't know what he's trying to say about that. I guess he's saying that Adam Page is, white or something. With racist stuff, saying that he wants his spot. He wants his spot bad. But Heyman Adam Page don't take kind to like it, then back down. And I believe there's gonna be a feud between them. Maybe we might see this feud heading towards Wrestle Dream or something between the two. Full Gear is gonna build up, but likely we could see this feud, but this is far from over between Swerve and Heyman Adam Page. I guarantee you that. What's going on? Adam Page did not take kind of just what Swerve was saying. Or he was just talking out his head. But we have to wait and see between Heyman and Page what he's gonna say. He said something, but what he's gonna do about it with Swerve. So hey, time will tell. Also, too, Tony Storm. I'm kind of digging Tony Storm. She's showing a little bit more character. I wish she would have showed that in WWE. WWE didn't really give her a chance, but Tony Storm become a breakout star with her acting like a mommy dearest type character. Even trying to call out Renee Young about stuff that, like Renee Young trying to call out on her BS, but she kind of trying to act like she naive or have nostalgia problems or something. Tony Storm, this new character gimmick, is kind of working. I wish WWE would have, like give folks a chance rather than just trying to prototype folks on what they should be and what they ain't be. But hey, well, we get to the main event right here. This was the main event right here. Darby Allin taking on his protege, Nick Wayne. Darby Allin versus Nick Wayne in a match. Who's going to advance into the world title tournament? Like we said earlier on in the match, Darby Allin tried to do these spring dives, and referees and the officials had to attend check on Darby. Was he okay? But Darby did try to say he was okay. The match continued. Darby tried to hit the figure four leg lock on his protege. I believe Darby taught Nick everything, but he didn't taught Nick everything he knows. Darby Allin did some submission move like a chicken wing on Nick Wayne's head to make Nick Wayne tap out. Darby Allin gets the win, and he moves on to meet Roger Strong this Saturday on Collision. So we'll see that match between the two. A technical sound match, Roger Strong versus Darby Allin on Collision this Saturday on TNT. So we'll get to see that coming up. So hey, more for the merry. All right, that ends the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We're gonna move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we're talking about this. We have unfortunate news right here that former AWA wrestler and WWE manager Sheik General and Casey has passed away at the age of 83. I think 83 years old. And Casey passed away at the age of 83 years old. We remember him here on the WWE Remembers, and rumors and stuff are circulating someday. Our sincere condolences for his friends, family, and loved ones at this time. Well, we get to it. Coming up this tomorrow, Gunther, as you see right here, Gunther will surpass the Honky Tonk Man as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Right now, Gunther in the modern era, Gunther taking his longest reign streak. He could go 500 days if you ask me. I think that's what he's trying to aim at, 500 days. Be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So, like we see. Look for that for whoever for 500 days. I think they know what they're doing. But this is the list right here of the top 5 longest reigning Intercontinental Champions. Mr. Perfect, 208 days. Red the Hammer Valentine, Macho Man Randy Savage, Gunther coming up at the tie with on the Honky Tonk Man. So Gunther passed the Honky Tonk Man as the long reigning Intercontinental Champion. They call the Honky Tonk Man was the luckiest champion of all time. Know how that be and stuff. Also, too, speaking of Intercontinental Championships, WWE has it on his YouTube channel, the full match between Gunther and Chad Gable this past Monday on Raw. So I look, if you want to watch something really good, watch that match over again. If you have cable or you don't, they have it right there for you on YouTube. So look for that. We're getting more in depth of what's going on with CM Punk. I believe this. This was according to WrestleOps. The opening quarter of this past Collision episode of Savage Collision drew 172 viewers. After Tony Khan announced that he fired CM Punk, 89,000 people turned out, down to 385, a loss of 19% of the viewers. The show went below 150 views by the end of the final quarter. Everything, I look at it like this, like I told you this past weekend, everything's going to have to cool down a little bit. And it's just a lack of miscommunication on both ends. Hopefully, it'll be better, but you never know. A lawsuit could be looming. Or it could be that Tony Khan pulled the trigger way too soon, way too early. I think he pulled the trigger way too soon early. I stand on my own belief that CM Punk should have stayed in AEW. Because, I mean, he's a big star, and I'm agreeing with Jim Cornette. Hey, he's a big star. You're just a preliminary wrestler. You try to get to where this man going. I think big loss for AEW, but they'll regret it. They'll look at the ratings, and they'll soon see Tony Khan will realize what's going on. Speaking of that, EC3, the new crown NWA champion, he had posted that he would like to go against Goldberg and have CM Punk in the locker room. I don't think CM Punk, Billy Gordon got the money to bring CM Punk. Hey, it might help his company, but I don't see CM Punk coming to AEW, NWA anytime soon. A lot of these third-tier promotions that used to be NWA and Impact, they'll be overspending the whole budget with what they have going on. But EC3, I'm surprised he's not in AEW. I don't know what's going on with that, but who knows? Speaking of AEW announcer of Collision, Kevin Kelly is saying he's likely to leave New Japan. I think I would tell him, hey, hold on to that New Japan job right quick before this goes down. CM Punk ain't on Collision no more. It's kind of a total loss, but who knows? Kevin saying sometime in the future he might do it at some point. So we have to wait and see on what's going on with Kevin Kelly. Leaving New Japan, still on AEW. But speaking of that, Impact released the top 10 matches in their history. They're gearing up for their 100,000 episode. Impact, I'm gonna watch some of it myself. I think some of the matches. I think one match that's staying out to me is Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles in 2010, early January 2010, when the Hogan Bischoff era was about to begin. I looked at that match. I think that match is up there, and it's kind of like one of the great matches when Hulk Hogan tried to put his stamp of approval. Look for it on the Impact YouTube channel. Let's see. Also, too, MJF talked about Adam Cole and stuff. So I guess he's tweeting about Adam Cole. So hey, there they go. Well, AEW decided to capitalize on this meat stuff. Got a T-shirt out, Rusev and Powerhouse Hobbs. So these two powerhouse wrestlers meet. I know what they're talking about, but then I don't. You know how that goes. So it could be going somewhere else in that territory. So hey, who knows what's going on? But hey, it is what it is. But the T-shirt, hey. Speaking of that, wrestler featured this about the Miz. The man just won one match in 2023. He continue to remain relevant in the over. He's the best. They talk a reference about Miz's segment with Invisible John Cena. Miz did a scroll crusher for that. I don't know what this going, but only time will tell with the Miz and John Cena. I think John Cena's on SmackDown to help that show out more for his views. And I said this 2003 has been terrible year for WWE women's wrestling fans. No, not really. I think Rhea Ripley kind of held it down. Asuka kind of did okay. Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton's coming up. Shayna Baszler, Ronda. So I mean, it depends on what you truly believe and what you think and how you go on. Now that be. All right, that's gonna do it here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're gonna end it with Darby Allin winning over his protege Nick Wayne. Darby Allin wants to continue on and trying to go for the world title. Can Darby Allin continue on going? Or this is the feud that everybody wants to see and Wayne to see, and will Samoa Joe be the one to decrown MJF as the world champion? We just have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the SmackDown Ring Report.